Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessToTrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. Guys, take a moment out, support the channel. It takes literally a tenth of a second of your life. Support the channel, guys. Click a like. If you haven't done so already, come aboard, subscribe to the channel. Again, hopefully I will do my best. So, before the ink was even dry, I guess, I don't know how I say it, on my AMD is the Fredo of my trading Fredo. Couldn't get anything going on this thing on Friday. News comes out this morning, right before 7 o'clock, that OpenAI is basically investing in AMD. As you can imagine, seeing this news, I go, oh no, don't tell me it's up 5. No, it wasn't up 5. AMD pre-market was up 65 points, or about 37%. Absolutely crazy. As you can imagine, there was a lot of profit taking in this news. Crazy part about it, we started talking about, the only reason why it got on my radar in the first place was it got it back above the 50-day moving average. And we started seeing some really aggressive call buying with some really unusual calls coming in for short-term 200 calls. Right? There you go. Somebody always knows something. Nobody's afraid of prison, right? Nobody's afraid of prison. Stock went as high as to like 230, 227 today pre-market. As you can see, for the rest of the day, they just kind of sold it off a little bit. But yeah, keep this in mind. Because the stock had such a big move, okay, you're probably going to experience some sort of selling for a couple of days, but you're not going to give back the move. So at some point in the next couple of days, you have to let the stock kind of breathe a little bit, digest a little bit, and find the channel, right? Find some sort of channel, whether it's not going to be on a daily, because the daily channel is all the way up here of 227.80. You're going to find something that we call a sneaky channel. Sneaky channel is not at the top of the range, not the bottom of the range. It's right in the middle. As you can see visually here, we're starting to develop middle channel. For all you guys in the webinar, you kind of know the price. For all you guys who are not in the webinar, again, it's really not that hard to figure out. Go open up a 60-minute chart. All these bars are literally 1-hour charts, and just see the common denominator. It's been rejected 3 times off this middle band. In the next couple of days, if it gets back above this middle band, there's a high probability it will test the top of the channel. More likely than not, it is probably going to visit the top of today's range at some point, right? At some point towards the end of the week or early next week. If that wasn't enough, you had Japan fueling tech shares overnight. Nikkei was up about 2%. You had a lot of flow, right? You had a lot of flow last week, and you saw a lot of these semiconductors really going crazy. Like a lot of things opened up very, very aggressively pre-market. But again, there's a flip side to that. What's good for the goose is not always good for the gander. And you saw names like NVIDIA, right, which is obviously a rival of AMD. They got hit on this news. You saw Avago, right, Broadcom, get hit on this news. You saw names, for example, like Apple, again, in the AI revolution, okay, get hit on this news, but then the stock recovered. More on Apple in a second. Okay, this is starting to get super tight. That's what she said. So this is one of those situations that you had a lot of names gap up, give up their early gains, and now they're starting to kind of go sideways. The good news is we saw some pretty aggressive call buying today all across the board. It was pretty much spread out everywhere. Let's start off with Tesla. Okay, I traded Tesla twice today. So the first time I traded Tesla, I got long above Friday's channel. Problem was there was a reload seller at the top of the range, so I wound up losing $2 really quickly, right? The only good thing was massive call buying then started coming in, started putting in higher lows off the 60, and started putting in higher lows off the 5. And they started peppering, guys. I'm talking about super aggressively, the 460 weeklies. And this isn't the weakness, right? the 460 weeklies, the 465 weeklies, the 470 weeklies. 470 weeklies would cover last week's highs. And then the monsters came out, right? The monsters came out. They were betting, folks, millions of dollars of premium in the December 500 calls. Okay, so I got long on the rising support right around that 443, 30s, 40s area, and yada, yada, yada. I got a $10 runner into the close. If this is a perfect world and the next couple of days we get to 470 and everything is all good in the world, unfortunately, we don't live in a perfect world, and God knows what happens. Your guess is as good as mine. But Tesla, after that really incredible run up into the delivery number, got sold into the delivery number, held the 20-day moving average. If you remember on the weekend video, we talked about two things that are going to happen, guys. We're either going to lose back the 20-day moving average that we set the lows on Friday, or we're going to reclaim back the 5-day moving average. Again, it's only a previous video, and that's exactly what we did. We reclaimed back the 5-day moving average, first close above the 5-day, off 447, close right at the highs of the day. And if everything goes well, hopefully we should get a push tomorrow or in the next couple of days into the top of Friday's high. So that'd be really, really cool to see. Apple, let's talk about Apple. So Apple had a great run, and now it's been going sideways now for several weeks. You can see here, it's been literally going sideways. The one thing that we have not seen in the price action of the stock going sideways is we haven't seen a lot of option flow until today, right? Again, the options market is going to drive the underlying equity more chances than not. Again, there's a million cases you can go back test on your own free hours, but they were starting to pound the 265 weeklies. Now, why is 265 weeklies important? Guys, that's $9 out of the money, right? So when you see, Apple, especially, it's not like a Tesla with a $20 range, right? It's not like like a Coinbase or a MSTR. This is Apple. So when you're seeing bets $9, $10 out of the money, you're going to sit up and take notice. So I definitely want to keep an eye on Apple for the next couple of days. Again, those 265 weeklies started coming in very, very aggressively. So what we want to watch is Apple to confirm last week's highs. If it can wake up and confirm last week's highs, we might have a really, really good move. Again, $9, $10 out of the money call buying. Yes, I'm very, very interested. A buyer came in, a very, very aggressive buyer came in. Actually, multiple buyers came in on CRWD. For all you guys who caught that pivot on CRWD this morning from the 140.60s into the 144, there was a guy who came in literally you're talking about option flow sparking a stock. A guy comes in with, which one was it? The guy came in with the January 180 calls, about 880,000 in premium. Look what the stock did off that sweep, right? Look what the stock did off that sweep. It took out the 140.60s, and stock just absolutely exploded in about 2-3 minutes into the daily supply zone. So again, watch the options market. When you like a stock and you see a stock right about to come out of its range, check the options market. If there's no options activity, more chances than not it's going to be a dud, or it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of energy to go. But if you see that really aggressive call buying coming, and they're coming in repeat with short-term expiration, that's a really, really aggressive way to get into a trade. Open, right? A little bit of a cult stock. I know a lot of you guys trade this thing. We started seeing last week $10 calls coming in for this week. Okay. We also saw $10 calls today for this week as well. And the stock finally got back above, right? Finally got back above this whole downside range that it had for the last couple of weeks. And this is now the highest close since the September move into the 10-day moving average. Stock traded all the way up to 970. If this thing can take out today's highs and start building, why can't you see a move all the way back up to the September highs of not almost $11 a share? Then, for all you guys who are watching these non-beta names, definitely keep an eye on Open as well. Let's talk about Meta. Meta has been getting absolutely murdered, right? Absolutely murdered. Even this morning, traded all the way down to 690 until we saw a bullish hammer. Again, if you are brand new to trading and you don't know what a bullish hammer is, it's a bullish hammer, right? It's a bullish hammer. It's a short-term sign that a reversal could be taking place. As you can see here, this is a pretty good aggressive close. Again, does it mean this is the lows for the next 6 months? It means nothing. It could have 1 day worth of bounce. It could have no days worth of bounce. But for intensive purposes, just having a conversation for tomorrow's session, I want to give it a call. I want to give it a look, because if he can start building back above this intermediate supply, it could give a day 2 bounce. We want to definitely pay attention to Meta for tomorrow's session as well. Microsoft finally broke out. The problem is I didn't trade. I was in Tesla. Excuse me. Right. But Microsoft, we were talking about Microsoft, how tight it's been going above the 50-day. Today, the stock finally woke up. That's my point of Apple, right? You see how tight it's getting, right? I want to watch Apple because Microsoft, again, is showing you the blueprint of a stock building above the 50-day moving average. And last but not least, guys, I want to give you guys a small cap stock. Again, for all you guys in the webinar, just to let you guys know, they're watching at home, they're long from 322, but it was a beam. They're long from 322. But it closed. This is the highest close in the whole formation above the July highs of 340. We did see, the reason why it caught my attention, a buyer came in for like, I forgot which series it is. It wasn't even a big buyer, but the point is a buyer came in for like 750 calls. I was like, wait, 750 calls, stocks at $3. So it took out the 322 highs for September, and it took out the July highs of 340, closing at 341. So for all you guys watching this thing who are small cap lovers, keep an eye on this thing for tomorrow. If additional option flow comes in, who knows? Maybe you can get a day 2 move as well. So I'm definitely watching Apple tomorrow. Hopefully Tesla goes ape, day 2 in a row. For all you guys trading open, keep an eye on open. Meta, I'm watching for a second day potential reversal. And AMD, let's see if we can get a bounce at some point at AMD. I know it's the Antichrist. I know it's my Fredo, but the point is the stock was up 38% on the day today at one point. I know there's going to be a second run at some point in the next few days. That's it, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. If you are interested in pivots, again, guys, spend 30 days with us. See if it's a right fit for you. And the most important part is you are an adult. You're a professional. I don't care if you're trading 2 weeks, 2 months, or 20 years. Your money's as green as everybody. Make sure your money is safe. Guys, have a great night, everybody. God bless. And with God's help, I'll see you all in the field tomorrow. Take care.